Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very happy to be here, and for this time, I would like to deliver my lecture with the title of English for Business. So, before delivering my lecture, first of all, I would like to say that this is the first meeting of us. So, and after that, I would like to tell myself, for example, I was born in 1956, it's very old, really. So I educated from ITB in 1981. So I ended up to that in New Brunswick 1989 to 1991, and I got the doctorate in computation in 2003. So I was very happy because I joined Buttons in November 1981, and I was very happy to work for that. And really a lot of promotion has been done to me, and I was very happy for that. And really, I was the experienced, for example, as researcher at Batan, and since 2003, I was also the lecturer for the S2 student, and I'm very happy because in April 2021, so I full lecturer of Unpam Graduate Studies. So at least 87 papers have been submitted to a national, international seminar, conferences, and journal. Well, my beloved student, before delivering my lecture with the title E for B here, so I would like to tell you what is the general introduction aim of this lecture. So it's very important is I would like to deliver knowledges in terms of the speaking, grammar, and listening skill, and reading for business activities. Business activities could be like promotion, making a report, letter, or paper, and attending the seminar, conference in access. So number one, number two, I could say like specific instruction aim. After following the AFB lecture, it's student expected to have the capabilities on speaking. I'm very sure that everyone, of you, because I'm very sure that you are not coming not only for your private but also for your office, that sometimes you have a meeting and you have to speak English. That's why here, so you will have the chances to enhance your speaking English. So I ended up to that after getting the lecture from myself. So you will be able to make like a report or business letter or paper, and finally sometime you would like to promote or to present something about his business and in front of participants. That's the specific introduction aim of attending the lecture of my mind. So here, for sure, at the end of the course, I have to evaluate reading. For example, how your affability in your class. It is very important of me because I have to evaluate your affability, your presence, how many percent you are in the class, that the 10% will be included to my evaluation. And the second, also, each of you will get the assignment or job. And I give you with 20%, and for the midterm exam, I will give 30%. The final exam, I will give you the 40%. This is how I evaluate or give you the grading during you following this lecture. So here, during the pandemic COVID-19, really, that every student all over the country, including Indonesia, should make a lecture. We call it e-learning task. I'm very happy because Unpam has developed such the LMS, Learning Management System, which is called, and that's why, so for myself as a lecturer here, so I should give a weekly assignment and deliver on Monday, and the reply of each student should be submitted on Friday at the latest. So really, indeed, a week assignment is delivered every Monday, and the task should be submitted on Friday at the latest. Also, as I mentioned before, that as a part of the 20% job or assignment, so everybody will be given such we call it like the presentation assignment. For example, like here, you can see that the presentation will take something like the topic probably it will be your job, it will be your experience, it will be your home activities, for example, and the presentation will take about 10 minutes presentation. So I will evaluate about your what do you call, like you're presenting about your discussion, for example, like the how about the exact time, because the best time it could be around something like to 10 minutes. And how about your style for presentation is very important for me too. And finally, how is the content of presentation as well. It is all of the thing will be covered during I give you the presentation assignment. So, okay, well, my beloved student, it is very important to know that if you want to be able to speak English very well, so at least in my opinion, because grammar of English grammar has a lot of things. So it is impossible if you would like to know one by one, for example, like it will take long time to rule it, all of this. That's why for speaking daily, I think the very important thing you have to rule about the time signal, for example. For example, like you have to know exactly what the present tense, what the past tense. For example, like the present tense is something like your ability, your habitual everyday. For example, like I wake up at 5 o'clock and then I go to the office about 7:30 and so on. And in the past tense, for example, yesterday I woke up at 5 o'clock and yesterday I went to my office about 5 o'clock and so on. So the second thing you have to know about the time signal is about the present, the past, or the future tense. For example, like the present tense here, so I do my job very well. In the future, for example, in the next week, for example, I will do that job very well. So it is the kind of things very important if we like to be able to speak English daily. One of the things, the time signal you have to know is really regarding about the present, past, perfect tense. Because sometime in a meeting, for example, you have a meeting and you will deliver to your discussion or maybe your opinion, then you have sometimes you have to what you call like to repress or to express your opinion because of the present tense is happening something like today, and sometimes it could be happened in the past. So you have to use like the time signal related to the present and past perfect tense. Any other thing, instead of time signal, the very important you have to know exactly is about the modal. So, like in everyday life, for example, you have to use like the can, for example. I can go to New York, for example, maybe next week. And maybe may I, for example, to use may in your daily life, may I go to the market today? I could. Could you please to help me because I'm very busy? Or would you like to tell me about what you're happening today? Or would you like to help me because I'm very busy and maybe you have time that would you like to help me, please? Thank you. Yeah. The very important, instead of what I mentioned about the time signal, and also, for example, like something like the variation of the code to use modal in the live presentation, the conditional sentences in your daily speaking is very, very important. For example, like as far as I know, there are 3 types of conditional sentence. Number 1 is something like the correct for the present and future. It happened. You are very sure that you are to have something, and you would like to do something in the future. For example, if I have money, in fact, you have a lot of money, and I will go around the world. That's that you will. It is the fact that you are right, and you would like to go. You will come to somewhere and so on. So the second thing in the conditional sentence is about the untrue in the present and the future. So, for example, if I were you, in fact, it is not. I would go to USA next week. So, I mean, there's something like the assumption, consideration, but it is not right. If I were you, I would go to USA next week. So the last thing you have to know about the conditional sentence is about untrue in the past. If I had enough money, then I would have bought a new career. In fact, you didn't have enough money, so you wouldn't go anywhere, or you wouldn't buy a new career. This conditional sentence is very important in your daily presentation. For example, like if you have meetings, so you can tell about the very good assumption, prediction, optimistic assumption, so you can use about the type of one. But in case of something not happening in your life, so you can use about the second type for the conditional sentence. But if it's far, far away and you didn't do anything in the past, so you can use the third conditional sentence like untrue in the past. Yeah. So, my beloved student, it is one of the sample. For example, like Q&A session, it is very important. You are in a meeting and somebody present about the discussion about anything, maybe about the love or the life or about the economy and so on. Say, so probably this question delivered to you is you are a speaker or a presenter. So would you please to clarify in detail your presenter? So you have to use, would you please to clarify your presentation on something. So it is very clear, right? So the word would you please to clarify. So you have to think first, for example, thank you very much for your question. And if you want my presentation, then would you please to see the book up? So, I would like to highlight that this is the polite speaking in even though you know exactly that your presentation is not good, but you have to say that your presentation is very good, your presentation is really inspire anybody here, then you have to think like that, even though you know exactly that the presentation was not good, but you have to say so. That's why for the second question, for example, like there is a question for the people instead of the speaker. I'm very grateful that I do not understand at all about your presentation. So I would like to ask you what the meaning of cyber core business is. So this is the question which could be delivered by participants around you. And I think you have to do what you have to do is you have to say like first you should know what the meaning of cyber. So it's very clear. Then what the core business is. So and finally, I'm very sure that you will understand what all the meanings are. This is the one of the example that it could be very oftenly to happen while you are presenting something, and the other people would like to ask you a question. So that's a very important point. So since this is the last slide I would like to deliver for this time, and to state that if you want to be able to speak English every day, so the one thing you have to do is you have to know exactly about the time signal, as I mentioned before. So you have to know exactly what is just about the present and past tense, and the present continuous tense, present future tense, and after that you have to know exactly about the conditional clause. It is also very important. And the last thing you have to do is you know exactly to use about can, may, ought, and so on. If you have ruled the thing related all the things related I mentioned before, I'm very sure, and you have also a lot of practice in your daily life, then at the end you will be able to speak English. That's I would like to leave for this time, and I'm very sure. I really hope that you will be happy with my lecturing today, and I'm very sure that I will see you again next week. Thank you very much. This is the end of session. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.